Hi, Devlin here, and welcome to Misunderstood Movies. Before we begin, I remind people this is my opinion and belief. You can disagree with me, and please comment if you do or don't in the comments section below. But please be nice about it. We're all movie fans here, and that's what's truly important. So be respectful to all. Today I look at the case of Jaws 2, the 1978 action thriller directed by Gino Swa. It stars Roy Scheider, Lorraine Gary, and Murray Hamilton. The screenplay was written by Carl Gottlieb and Howard Sackler. It's a sequel to the 1975 blockbuster Jaws. What people expected was a continuation of the Brody story with more shark shenanigans. What they got was exactly that. Steven Spielberg, who directed the 1975 original, did not direct this sequel, but he has been very vocal to say how much he doesn't like Jaws 2. With all due respect to Spielberg, who I'm a huge fan of, I have to say that I think Jaws 2 works better as a sequel than as Jurassic Park The Lost World did, which he did direct. It seems no one wanted to have anything to do with the sequel except for Universal Studios, who made a killing from the first. Jaws became the first real seasonal blockbuster and changed history by getting other studios to try to release big event films to get people into theaters multiple times each summer. Jaws made so much money, it is not surprising Universal wanted another installment in the series. Spielberg didn't want anything to do with it, and he just wanted to move on with his career, understandably. None of the other original actors wanted to come back, but a sequel was going to happen no matter what. Roy Scheider was contractually obligated to come back, which made him not too happy on the set. Richard Dreyfuss didn't have that over him, so he chose not to return. Murray Hamilton returned, but he was very ill, but did his best. Lorraine Gary also returned, but just like the first, the second had lots of turmoil during filming too. They lost their first choice of director after Spielberg and went through many script changes that caused lots of arguing with cast, crew, and producers. Luckily, composer John Williams returned to add a new score, but still featured the classic Jaws theme, which won him an Oscar a few years prior. His score was one of the positives that the film got from critics when it was released in the summer of 1978. Critics were mixed when it came out, but fans returned to the beach and the cinemas in droves, and although not topping the original financial performance, it still made a boatload of money. Even fans thought the new one was cheesy and ridiculous at times, but it was a popcorn film to enjoy over and over again. I think the story still works. It simply follows the Brody family a few years later when a shark begins terrorizing Amity Island again. It pretty much follows the same beats as the original, but adds some teen subplots dealing with the Brody kids growing up. The shark is seen a little more often, following basic horror movie rules of upping the ante with the sequel. The attacks go from being cheesy looking to over the top. Do I even have to mention the infamous helicopter scene? Even still, the story stays grounded, and Roy Scheider still delivers us classic Brody, even if it was against his will. Everybody else plays it for real too, which makes the movie feel like a solid continuation from the original Jaws film. I think the misunderstanding comes in that after seeing where this franchise would eventually go with Jaws 3D and Jaws the Revenge, people are starting to realize just how great Jaws 2 is. It keeps the feel of the original, but also stands on its own as a film. It's definitely worthy of rewatching if you haven't seen it in a while. Now let me know what you thought in the comments. And let's have a conversation about this movie. Are you one of those who thought this was just a rehashed cash grab with no heart like the original had? Or are you like me and consider Jaws 2 a misunderstood movie?